Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Retro News Roundup. To start, the PlayStation Classics lineup of titles got announced last month, and it's a mixed bag. You get the director's cut of Resident Evil and Metal Gear Solid, but then there's questionable filler in the form of Intelligent Cube and Jumping Flash. To see the full list, visit the link in this video's description. But are you happy with the lineup? Let me know in the comments. Next, do you remember Intellivision? Of course you do. Well, it's back, and with a new console called the Amiga. It'll have some classic Intellivision games built in and is targeting a casual audience, with all titles being download only and costing between $3 and $8. It arrives on October the 10th in 2020. Talking of the return of beloved gaming companies, SNK released the Neo Geo Mini last month. It's effectively a mini arcade cab, but one that has 40 built-in titles from the developer's back catalogue. One will set you back roughly £130, and who knows, you may see a review of this on Retro Revisited very soon. Carrying on, the Internet Archive added Commodore 64 games to its library last month. The website is getting bigger and better all the time. Next step, World Domination, or Tiger Gamecom titles, whichever comes first. Finally, there was the sad news that video game music composer Ben Daglish passed away in October. He was behind the tunes for home computer classics such as The Last Ninja and Deflector. We'll start this section on the Switch with a range of arcade archive titles released on its eShop. They included Neo Geo Effort's 3 Count Bout, Strikers 1945 Plus and Savage Rain. Then standard arcade titles Ninja Kid 2 and Alpha Mission. There was also a remixed version of The World Ends With You. But is that old enough to be retro? I'll leave that up to you to decide. The 3DS arguably trumped all of that with just one title though, a re-release of the GameCube's Luigi's Mansion. Moving on to the PS4, it arguably trumped all of the previous, with Castlevania Requiem, which bundles together Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. Then there were a couple of multi-format releases. The first was Disgaea 1 Complete for the Switch and PlayStation 4. Finally, the Mega Man 30th Anniversary bundle landed on the PS4 and Xbox One. No word on a release for it on Switch or Steam though, oddly. It includes Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, Mega Man X Legacy Collections 1 and 2, and the brand new Mega Man 11. Two announcements for this section this month. The first was for the Mega SG from Analog, which will allow you to play your Mega Drive, or Genesis if you insist, carts in high definition. It'll cost $190, but has no release date yet. Second was the news that a wireless version of the KTRL controller is on its way for the CD32. No details on its price or release date are known at this stage. So much Homebrew was released last month, it's almost giving me a headache. In a good way. Let's start with the Amiga, which received 5 new titles: Mini Legion, Pong 4K, Redpill Puzzle, Amishion Impossible, and Tronic Kids. As usual, a lot was developed for the ZX Spectrum too, namely Gandalf, the Vectornauts, Elon M with a Jetpack, and Popeye 2018. The Commodore 64 wasn't far behind with a trio of new releases: Night Law, Tower of Rubble, and Hibernated 1 This Place's Death, now all being available to play on the 8-bit computer. Surprisingly, there was a pair of Atari 2600 games released last month too, with Lights Out and Assembloids landing on the wood-panelled wonder. To round off things, in terms of new releases at least, Sales of Doom swam onto Atari 8-bit computers, Super Homebrew War exploded onto the NES, and Total Eclipse shone onto the Atari XL and XE. And to finish this section, a Kickstarter was launched for Alfonso's Arctic Adventure on the NES. Just one title for this segment, and it's that little-known Amiga game Monkey Business was released online. As one of the very first commercial releases for the system, it's known of by very few and has been played by even fewer. You may be able to guess its main inspiration from the footage here. 5 English language translations this month, 3 for SNES titles: Song of the Angel, Shin Megami Tensei If, and Super Family Circuit. The other 2 were NES games, Donald Duck and Mil Vatten Saga Ragon no Fakatsu. That's all for this month's roundup then, but thanks so much for watching. Please do like this video if you can too, as it helps a great deal. And hey, why not watch my new Halloween video? I have a hunch you'll like it. Have a great month, and I'll see you again very soon.
This wound may become infected if I do not see to it.